talking basketball. They're fucking dumb as shit. They talk about basketball, but they will make dumb ass jokes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pod Don't Lie with Sam and Stav. Back with an after, the PDL after dark for you motherfuckers. Right after the best game in the finals that Sam had to only watch bits and pieces of because he was doing
on my
stand-up.
phone. I was on my phone either catching a clip or watching or just reading the stats.
Yeah. Yeah, I was parked on my fucking couch. It's the first game of the finals I've been able to like undividedly just fucking watch. What a pleasure what a fucking joy. It was an incredible. I mean, you truly missed out. This was a fucking
Jimmy
all-timer.
went off, man.
This is an all-time finals game. I mean, first of all, we were talking earlier, and you know, you were like, "Should we do it right after the game?" And I almost texted you when Dragic and Bam were ruled out. I almost was like, "Dude, maybe we should just wait till Tuesday." Like, hoping you, because I just assumed like if this is like a laugher, if the Lakers just fuck these motherfuckers up, then there's not going to be anything to talk about. But not. I mean, this is the exact opposite.
The Heat have pride for sure. I mean, like.
They have pride, but they don't have their two best players. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Right. And also,
this was
Jimmy's
insane.
not 100% either. So
Jimmy's not 100%, and Jimmy had – I mean, this was one of the greatest finals performances ever. 40-point triple-double. Only two people have ever done it, LeBron and Jerry West, the greatest player arguably ever and the fucking logo of the NBA. You just joined that group. That's something that Magic hasn't done, fucking Jordan hasn't done, like – it's crazy, dude. He's the last player in the finals to get 40 without trying a three-pointer was Shaquille O'Neal.
Wow.
I mean,
old school. Jerry West
crazy.
He would charge his teammates $10 each for an English breakfast tea.
That's right.
Badass motherfucker though. Jerry West, like, dude, how many finals appearances and like one win?
Yeah, brutal stuff.
I mean, he was already a drinker. I think that'll push you to the next level.
Yeah, he's got that puffy, that drinker's face. You can see it a little bit in his eyes. I mean, the man's also like 80 years old, so he looks great in comparison. Me and him are probably similar. If we had to do the presidential fitness challenge, remember that from elementary school? I feel like me and Jerry West come embarrassingly close to the same numbers. He's an 80-year-old man.
I'm taking Jerry, dude.
Yeah, I think, dude, I know. It would be a battle. Me, a fat 30-year-old, an obese 30-year-old versus one of the greatest athletes of all time.
I think
but he's 85.
You're probably in similar shape, but I think his killer instinct gives him quite edge.
You're right. I'm gonna show up in a fucking Bill Russell jersey, dude. I'm gonna be like, you're going down, West. This look familiar to you, pal? You remember losing to these colors?
I love that they took a game, man. I just didn't want to see a sweep. Like, there's nothing worse than a finals blowout.
Yeah, I mean, this was, I mean, what a performance. And like pregame, you're listening to them talk, right? Like they're doing the Jimmy Butler pregame interview, and he's so upbeat. He's talking to Rachel Nichols, and he's like, "We just need to get one. We just need to get one." He's like, "All we need to do is rebound and play harder, and we can win this." And they're talking to Spoelstra, and they're like, "Coach, what do you think you need to do?" And he's like, "If you just want something more, you can get it." And I'm like, these guys are fucked. Like, they're like, we just have to rebound and want it more. That's your fucking genius strategy. You don't have your two of your three best players are out. And you got the best player of his generation, and Anthony Davis, who up until tonight was fucking destroying you. And you're saying, just hustle and box out. and I was like, this sucks. This is going to be a brutal game. And then that's how they won. They literally won doing that. It's crazy.
Do you know the stand-up comic Dwayne Perkins?
Yes, I know Dwayne.
He used to have a bit about how, like, Garnett would go, "It's all about who doesn't want to go home." And he's like, well, it's about more than that, because if you take the Oakland Raiders and some abused kids, those kids don't want to go home. Such a great bit. But I mean, dude, there is something about this Miami culture that seems like Like they're just a team. They're not like this is not a super team.
I mean, Myers Leonard got the start tonight, dude.
Wow.
Like that's well,
no Bam or Dragic, man.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't play a lot. He played mostly. He played to start the first half and to start the second, and a little bit whenever Dwight was on the court. Like they matched. That was their like adjustment. But yeah, I mean, he played pretty well. And it's like, yeah, you're right. They're a team. They're playing. You know, Iguodala comes in. Crowder's in foul trouble. He has to guard Anthony Davis. He's in foul trouble early. Iggy comes in.
A great game. What was the story?
Oh
there?
my God!
I read the stat sheet, so I didn't.
Yeah, well, that's what happened is if you're missing Bam Adebayo, what you need to have happen is Anthony Davis to be neutralized somehow, and AD was just consistently in foul trouble. He picked up 2 right away.
Wow.
He doesn't play the first quarter. I was taking notes during the game because it was so fucking wild.
By the way, this really shifts it a little bit more in LeBron's favor for Finals MVP.
I know. This was totally, yes.
This is exactly what LeBron, like, you know, tipped out the refs, just like, you know, if you got to call one.
Yeah. If LeBron was really fixing the league, then they would have won this game at the last minute, like with him with a buzzer beater. You know what I mean? Because then AD gets only one game. Like AD would have had to give like 90 points in game 4 to even get to him. But
AD was averaging more points than LeBron prior to this game.
And LeBron had 25, 8, and 10, but 8 turnovers, which is very weird.
Right.
But 25, 8, and 10, you know, respectable. But again, it's LeBron. That's not for the finals when you're trying to come back. That's not enough. I mean, it's crazy to say that, but he definitely can't have that many turnovers.
Also, you win this game, series over.
How about this, Sam? You didn't see the game. Let's play a little game. Let's play a little fun. I'm gonna read you two stat lines, and you have to tell me which one is AD's and which one is Kelly Olynyk's. Okay. So we have 17, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, 2 steals, versus 15, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 5 turnovers.
Kelly's got the better numbers.
Kelly is 17, 7, 1,
but I
no
will
turnovers.
say, I read the stats.
But it's the fact that we can even play that game.
Speaking of me and my playoff Rondo Doc Rivers Nostradamus skills, who said Kelly Olynyk is a player off the bench in the Patreon episode last week?
You did say that.
I said don't sleep on Kelly.
It was hard for me to root for. I was literally rooting for him and his fucking patchouli oil smelling beard. Like I was literally like, go in, Kelly. I wanted to go in. That's how much I want to see more basketball. Just extend it. But
Kelly
I gotta say,
he just blinds AD by squeezing his ponytail.
Yeah.
Some oil squirts into his eyes. Like, oh fuck.
Essential oils. There's all this lavender is getting in my pupils. I can't see anything.
Dude,
dude.
He is. You nailed it. He's fucking Tim Robbins in High Fidelity.
Yeah, he absolutely is. Yeah, dude.
Olynyk looks like he would bang your girlfriend and then show up and be like, "We need to talk."
Yeah. He would try and make it. He would try and make you guys a throuple. So let's see. AD didn't score until 8 minutes of the second quarter, dude.
Oh my
He
God.
did not have a bucket. And the Lakers had, I think, 10 turnovers in the first quarter. I mean, they were on pace to have like 45 turnovers. I don't know what they ended up with, but LeBron had 8, AD had fucking 5. I mean, everything went. It was a very weird game because AD had all this foul trouble. And dude, the fourth one he picked up was crazy. It was on Myers Leonard as soon as the second half started. Like he was really fucking up.
I'm a little annoyed. I'm seeing on a lot of Instagram, a lot of like talk about comparisons from LeBron and AD to Shaq and Kobe. And it's really annoying me with the numbers because I'm like, you don't get to compare it to a 3-peat yet. I don't care. Right? Who would you take in AD in a 2-on-2 game? Who do you take?
Oh man, that's an insane.
Tough, right?
That's a crazy question. Because it's like, are we talking like they're when they played with each other? Is everyone in their prime, or is it when they played with each other?
When they played with each other. So you're getting a young Kobe.
So you get like 19-year-old Kobe versus like 35, 34-year-old LeBron.
We can say like 21 or 22 Kobe. We can.
Yeah, okay, 22-year-old Kobe versus like LeBron right now.
Yeah, it's tough, right?
It is really tough. I mean,
Kobe's I think LeBron might have the slight edge, but in the prime and in a 1-on-1 or a 2-on-2 type game.
Yeah, the way LeBron and AD win is by AD just fucking standing, shooting 3-pointers. Like, that's how you beat them.
AD can't neutralize Shaq in the post.
Yeah, I know, but Shaq, I mean, that's what I mean. AD's got to shoot from 3. That's how it goes. But yeah, if it's post, yeah, I would take Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're saying. I mean, but they have that level of talent. But it's like
they do, but they haven't won it yet.
Right.
Let them win one before we start doing this shit.
Well, everyone was, dude. All of us were thinking this was about to be a fucking sweep, probably. Like, we were hoping maybe 5.
I know, but we were thinking it was about to be a sweep because they injured the 3 best players on the opposing team. It's not – if this was a healthy Miami Heat team, this is at least a series.
Yeah, I mean – well, yeah, I mean, you're right. I guess we don't really know. I think they would have gotten –
healthy Heat pushed us to 6.
I think they would have gotten fucked up in game 1 no matter what, but game 2, who knows what would have happened.
Yeah, but also this is an unhealthy team, and now it's at least 5. So I think you're not telling me a healthy Heat team pushes this to 6?
Yeah, I mean, probably. What I thought was Lakers in 6. That's what I thought initially.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, dude, this team was just like watching this game. Let me go back to my little notes here. Yeah, it was just like, you know, it was crazy how many turnovers the Lakers were having. They were so sloppy. They were lethargic. The Heat were playing really like awesome team defense. Like, they mixed up their – I mean, AD didn't play that much. So it's like – but when he was in the game, they mixed up their looks on him. They also changed what they were doing defensively because there was a couple – dude, in game 2 – they would switch. Sometimes they would switch Duncan Robinson on LeBron, and LeBron would just hunt that, and he would just fucking eat his little ass alive, dude. He would fuck him up. But they were doing this. They were doing just like Miami Heat shit, like real effort defense, where he wouldn't switch. He would front LeBron and then sprint back to his man, like. And you would give LeBron like a little split second if you wanted to make the pass, but Robinson would be back. And Butler would stay with LeBron. And so that's just effort.
Butler's hurt too. I mean, this is insane. And it makes me think that Bam is pretty badly hurt to sit out a finals game.
For sure. Dude.
So like that worries me about him coming back. Apparently Bam doesn't take any painkillers because he's scared of needles. We have very different fears. I'm okay with needles. I would not want to guard Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Our fears are different. But,
he's scared of fucking needles? Really?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's wild. Who knows what kind of crazy like athlete fucking drugs they got. I'm trying to get fucked up on some of those. I'm trying to get whatever. If the Miami Heat staff is listening, send me whatever needles Bam doesn't want. I'm about to inject those. Just zone out. Watch Planet Earth.
A weird addition to the Miami Heat coaching staff. A new assistant coach, Mickey Rourke, is here.
Let me get that shit, dude. Yeah, I mean, this was an all-time Jimmy performance.
Yeah.
At the half, he had scored or assisted on 33 of the Miami Heat's points. Wow. I mean, you know, there was a point with 4:48 in the game, the Lakers had 9 points and 9 turnovers. It's like they were fucking sloppy. But here's the thing. What was frustrating watching this game, and obviously I'm rooting for the Heat because I was like, oh my God, I just want more basketball. But having said all that, it's like they did all that and they ended the first quarter with a 3-point lead. Like, it felt kind of like game 1 again, where it's like the Heat come out fucking, you know, guns blazing. The Heat came out to a huge lead, and then the Lakers played about as poorly as you could have played. AD sits out most of the fucking, you know, doesn't score and sits out most of the fucking quarter, and they still only end up with a 3-point lead. You're like, fuck, the Lakers are gonna win this game, and that happened.
Demoralizing.
Well, that happened multiple times where they went up by 13. In the first half, Lakers come back. In the second half, they go up 14. Lakers will go on this fucking huge run, and even in the fourth, the Lakers had gotten as close to 5 with, I want to say, I don't know, a couple minutes. It was your boy Markieff actually. He cut it to 5 with 2 minutes left, and you're like, fuck, if they get a stop here and a 3, it's a 2-point game, you know. And but that's what made this sort of more impressive to me for the Heat, because there were multiple times where they were on the precipice where the Lakers were making a run, and it took real fucking nuts. It took and straight up from Jimmy, it took superstar shit. He straight up went toe-to-toe superstar to superstar with LeBron James and came out on top this game with a 40-point triple-double. And, I mean, goddamn, dude.
I will say this, though. Haven't the Lakers won every series in 5?
They've won every series in 5, and they've had one game where they look awful every time. Like, they have one – wait, no.
No, the Nuggets
No, Nuggets took them to 6. Yeah. But, wait, did they? No, it was 5.
It was 5, and the
It was 5.
Rockets was 5.
The Nuggets should have, but
Yeah.
AD hit that one shot.
Right. Okay, and the Rockets were 5, and who
They 5-pieced everybody.
Yeah.
And they've looked and the Lakers dropped one game every time that they shouldn't have. So if you're a Lakers optimist, you can say, look, this was the fucking Jimmy played out of his fucking mind. Our guys were a little flat. It's not going to happen again. It's not, LeBron's not going to let his team get embarrassed like that. LeBron also looked annoyed almost throughout the whole fucking game. I mean,
I saw him walk off the court.
He walked off the court early, but
with 10 seconds left. I know, but it is a sportsmanship thing.
Who cares?
I care.
Who gives a fuck?
And the Miami Heat, you better believe, like Jimmy's looking for any fuel right now. He's like, did you see them disrespect us? He's like, that's it. Yeah,
they don't need that fuel. LeBron in the first, when I was saying how the Lakers kept coming back and shit in the first half, LeBron was telling him, "You're in trouble." He told Jimmy, "You're in trouble," and then Jimmy said it back to him, which is fucking gore. It was awesome. And you know what?
Jimmy is kind of cooler in interviews than LeBron is. I gotta say it.
Oh yeah, LeBron is like, LeBron first of all has had media training since he was 18 years old. He's like corporate funny. You know what I mean? But Jimmy's
and by corporate funny, I mean not funny. I'm
not
sorry.
funny.
Taco,
not funny.
whoever in his circle was like, Taco Tuesdays is funny. It's like, no, that's the thing that fucking suburban housewives are like. That's a joke. It's alliteration, so it's funny.
Yeah.
It's not fucking funny.
Also, LeBron.
It's not.
LeBron is also kind of Taco Tuesdays. He's kind of tiptoeing the line of it being sort of racist because he goes like Taco Tuesdays. Like he might as well be wearing a fucking sombrero and shooting off guns in the air while he's doing it.
He's just doing the Rob Schneider voice.
Yeah.
Like, is this allowed anymore? I feel like this worked because it was the 90s.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Schneider's whole career. The Schneider oeuvre does not go over anymore. The hot chick.
I caught a fucking. Oh, I know all of it, right?
The hot chick.
Okay.
The thing. What was the other one? The animal or whatever.
He's like, I shelved the script. It was the white guy who has a black face. It's pretty. The black face starring Rob.
The black face.
I watched that South Park on the road yesterday. Where
oh my
like,
god,
Rob Schneider
is a carrot. Yeah. That was a great one.
So funny.
Yeah.
I wonder if he sees that and thinks it's funny, or if he's just like, "What the fuck, dude?"
I gotta be honest. He does not strike me as a guy with like that much self-awareness. I saw this. Have you seen the show Rob? Like it's basically like
it's just him, but he's just like getting fucked by models all the time.
Yeah, dude. It's not, but it sort of is. Where it's like it's supposed to be like a Curb Your Enthusiasm style, like Louis style show, but he just makes himself out to be so famous still. Like in the show, he has like a stalker who becomes his dedicated assistant. You know what I mean? Like,
isn't it Jamie Lisso?
Who?
Isn't his assistant on the show Jamie Lisso? He's a stand-up.
No, I don't know. I thought it was Maximini, I want to say.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well,
he's a comic, though.
I think he's on the show too. Yeah.
To be fair, I haven't seen it in a while, and maybe I'm misremembering. But it just
with him like getting his dick sucked like the Coveney in California case.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's pretty funny how. I don't know. I'd have to watch it again. The other one that's like that, that's incredible, is the Dice has a show like that too. And that one's so I watched one episode of that one.
Everyone just pitches a show and it's like, it's me, it's Larry David, but it's me. And it's like, yeah, but Larry David works because he's the funniest person of all time.
He's so funny. Yeah. He's it doesn't work for you. Like Louis worked because he had a real vision too, you know, like that show worked. But like they're just like, yeah, we can do that. Like, it's like, say what you will about Dice. I'm a Dice fan. I don't think auteur is the word you think of when you say Andrew Dice Clay or Rob Schneider. You know what I mean? Man.
I think Dice is the Fellini of Showtime.
Dude, yeah, it was Showtime.
Well, dude, I remember at summer camp when I was a kid, I got in a lot of trouble for having a face down, ass up Andrew Dice Clay poster in my bunk corner. They were like, we don't tolerate this. And I was like, Dice is like, I was like, man, he's like perfect because it's like offensive. So all my like 13-year-old bunkmates will think I'm really cool and edgy.
Yeah, of course.
And then you're like 20 and you're like, yeah, I think this isn't for me. Right?
That's inappropriate. As a child that I had a face down, ass up.
Artie Lang once told me I used to wait 3 hours online to see Dice and now I dodge his phone calls.
That's fucking incredible. Yeah, dude, the Dice show was so funny because it was like, if he has a way younger, I think Natasha Leggero, like, you know, 8 years ago was his wife. Like when they shot this show, it was Natasha Leggero, yeah, or girlfriend or something. And the show, the plot, the show, the episode I watched was like, he was like. He kept gambling or something, and like there was a problem. They needed money, or he kept buying something. And the way he solved the problem was by going to a casino and just winning, which is just like, like just not how it works. It's like a gambler's fantasy. It was awesome, man. Check out Dice, everyone at home. We're plugging the Dice show on Showtime.
I gotta watch it. That's fucking great, man.
Yeah.
Men have it so good in sitcoms. Famous men are like, yeah, I'll just get just like a hot but also hilarious. So like, Natasha Leggero should be.
Yeah.
That makes like Kevin James and Leah Remini. That would make him blush. Like, that's a stretch.
Oh man,
Dice can act though, man. Blue Jazz,
great. Blue Jazz. I mean, he is a good dramatic actor.
He's great in what's the movie with
Lady
Gaga?
Yes, he plays her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what were we talking about before? Why did we start talking about Rob Schneider?
I don't know how that happened. He did. You know what? Rob did tweet my special out. So Rob,
respect.
Whatever you're doing, it's working.
We like Rob the show. We think it's good. It makes sense.
I think it should come back. And I think you should get your dick sucked in that show even more.
I don't think the dick sucking was off. I think anyway. Whatever. Who cares? I kind of want to rewatch it now, but. Yeah, this was.
I've never seen it. I've never seen the show.
I think it was on Netflix, but anyway, this was, like I said, a fucking incredible game, one for the ages, and really the story. Honestly, the story. Marcus Morris and Kyle Kuzma kind of kept the Lakers offensively kept the Lakers in this game. I mean, you look at the plus minus numbers. Every Lakers starter was minus, including LeBron. Every single one. The bench was the bench kind of kept them in here. Fucking Markieff. I'm sorry, not Marcus. Markieff had 19 points, 5 for 11 from 3. I mean, he was at the end of the fourth quarter. He kind of was like that run. And
I've always said the Marsh brothers have the clutch gene.
Yeah, they do.
I've always said that.
Markieff was playing clutch as fuck, and the only problem was that Jimmy Butler decided to fucking be more clutch and end that game, and it was.
But he's gonna need help. I mean, you can't just expect 40 out of him.
And he played. I think he played 44 minutes or 45 minutes. Like he only was out 1 minute. He was out like 58 seconds in the fourth quarter, and he had.
Fucking mad that Dragic and Bam are not playing.
I know. But. You know,
when's the last team to just get annihilated in the finals? Because I feel like it's been a little close. I mean, I guess the Cavs did by the Warriors.
The Cavs got swept one year. Yeah,
it's weird to think of them getting annihilated when they had LeBron.
Well,
Caleb,
the year
Kyrie.
The year they got swept. Well, they didn't have Kyrie that 1 year, right?
Well, they lost 4-1 though with the full squad.
Right.
But
they get swept
Warriors
without.
Team was like. in full
Yeah.
force.
It was unfair. And when they got swept, that's the JR game where LeBron was having the best game, one of the best finals games of all time. I think he had like 50, 50 that game, game
Yeah,
one.
he's
He was going straight Iverson mode, and then fucking George Hill misses free throws, and then fucking JR dribbles out the clock like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And then they get swept. But I wanted LeBron to win that one because that was going to go down in history as like he would basically eclipse Iverson as like the guy who just takes one game having, no business taking a game. Yeah, on his back.
It's like the Dr. J dunk where it's like, well, they were losing by a shitload, but because it's about the dunk. And
the dunk.
And it's about the W. If LeBron, he deserved that win.
But also Iverson, my favorite player from childhood. It hits a little different when the guy is fucking 5'11" and he's like shooting over Shaq. Like LeBron is still LeBron.
And that Sixers team would not be a playoff team in today's NBA.
No.
I'm sorry. They have no offense.
No.
He'd have to average 63 a game.
Yeah. But you know what? He played a lot. AI fucking was in the game a lot.
I mean, he was, but dude, Eric Snow, Aaron McKee, Tyrone Hill, and
No, I know.
That's the rest of your starting five. There's no offense.
Yeah.
And it was a likable team too. I mean, I like all those players, but
yeah. So yeah, I don't know, man. This was just like a fucking incredible game to watch.
Yeah.
It was Hiro. I have him snarling here as my backdrop. He only shot 33% from the fucking field, but to his credit, he was like 2 for like 13 or something crazy going into the fourth. And then he hits a big 3 with like 4 minutes left or 5 minutes left. And then he just goes on a run, and he kind of starts the last run that completely like puts the nail in it, where Rondo was pressuring him in the backcourt, and he just fucking drove past him, drove all the way through, got an and one.
He needs to go off for the rest of the series for it to even be a series, I think.
Yeah, and he didn't really go off. I mean, I think he only had 17 himself.
I mean, the thing about the Heat is they do have guys who could score, but like shit, man, Dragic, just losing him, he was so much of that offense, man.
Yeah.
It's just not fair. Yeah. And then Bam hopefully Bam plays game 2. I mean, but like
game 3?
Game 4 rather. Shit, I'm an idiot.
Oh yeah, game 4. I'm the idiot. You said game 2, then I said game 3 to correct you, and I was also wrong.
But, dude, but like, it just sucks because it's like these dudes, man. It sucks when a team kind of like overcame the odds to make the finals, and then they just all physically fall apart.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, it's like when you just want to see the best champion crowned,
And the Lakers are going to win regardless, but I'd like to see the Heat, I think.
Well, look, I mean, this game was like watching it's like watching a magic trick, because you're like going into it, you're like, there's no way they win. And it was just fucking, I mean, it didn't make sense.
4 straight games on arguably the 2 best players in the NBA.
The last team
and the best one of the best coaches. I think Vogel's an underrated coach.
Yeah, I think so too.
What
the last team to win the championship after being down 2-0 was
guess. Let me guess. Was it LeBron?
Miami Heat, D Wade
against the Mavs.
They were down 2-0 against the Mavs.
6?
Yeah, 06. Maybe there was a team after that.
That was a weird Mavs team because, like, man, Dirk had so many times. He had to fight through the fucking Spurs and Lakers so many times, and then they had like Josh Howard on that team. That was a weird Mavs team. Remember Josh Howard?
But they got I'm just saying, some of that D Wade magic, baby. Some of that they got it going again. But I mean, look, the reality is
Wade was. And they had Shaq. They had a team.
Well, here's the other thing. Look, I mean, basically, to think the Heat can win is to suspend all disbelief of what you just know about basketball and to say, well, nothing they've done has made sense. This game didn't make any sense.
Right.
Maybe Bam comes back. Maybe even fucking Dragic, like they shoot him up. He doesn't seem scared of needles.
Willis Reed game.
Yeah, maybe he gets a fucking Willis Reed game. But, and you're just saying, like, it doesn't make sense, but I just have to give it to the Heat. The problem is LeBron, if we're talking about finals lead stats, LeBron has never led 2-0. Never. I don't see LeBron fucking losing 4 out of, 5.
LeBron usually stays off social media too in the playoffs, and now he's tweeting shit like "can't sleep" and I love it, and you're just like, damn, he does seem like he's fucking salivating for this. He wants
totally.
this ring. He wants to like pay respect to Kobe. He wants to fucking get one in LA. I mean, dude, winning with 3 different franchises as the guy is pretty insane. Even though you're leaving to build a team for yourself. But who are you rooting for right now? The Lakers or the Heat?
In this game, without any question, I was rooting for the Heat. I think in the next game, I'll probably root for the Heat too, because then it becomes like a best of 3.
Do you want the Lakers to win in 7? I kind of feel like you do.
I kind of do want LeBron to win a championship. I know that's correct. Like today I didn't feel it at all, And you know what's weird? I said that at the beginning of the playoffs, right? Like if Giannis doesn't win, I want LeBron. That's what I was thinking. But in the last 2, honestly, in the last 3 rounds, my heart has been rooting against the Lakers. I wanted the Rockets to win. I wanted Harden to weirdly win a championship. I definitely wanted I was rooting for the Nuggets that whole series because they were behind. And I was rooting for the Heat today. So it's like my heart is trained to root against the Lakers right now.
They're the fucking Lakers, dude.
Let me say it. Root against LeBron, not the Lakers. I root against the Lakers, but I want LeBron to win another championship. I admit it. I do. What can I say? I like LeBron. He's the greatest player of this generation that I've really, really watched. And, LeBron is my fucking child. Like, I was in high school watching his high school games. You know what I mean? Like, I remember LeBron. Like, the other guys I grew up with, like, they existed when I, like, came to sentient basketball memory. Like, you know what I mean? My first memories, a lot of the guys I loved already existed as entities, right? Like,
no, I get it.
even Kobe and Iverson. But LeBron was, like, the first guy that I tracked from being like, I was paying attention back when he was in high school, and he had all this hype from his fucking sophomore year of high school. I remember, them playing his high school games on the radio, dude. Like, I listened to some of his games on the radio. He was on pay-per-view. Remember that? They were playing his fucking games on pay-per-view. They had clips of this guy. And, I've watched his whole career. There's no way I don't have an emotional connection to him in this, especially with all the, the Kobe year and just what. And I want him to win. I do. I
feel like the basketball.
Even though fuck the Lakers, fuck the big franchises.
The basketball gods say no, fuck the Lakers because of Kobe. I think the basketball gods want the Lakers to win this year.
But also the best tribute to Kobe would be to rip a franchise's heart out when they want this big emotional. Like, do it for Kobe. If Kobe was playing. Like if Kobe was playing and it was like, I don't know, and Jordan died and they were against the Bulls, Kobe would want to beat the Bulls.
You know what I mean? It's like if Kobe was playing for the Bulls after Jordan. So it's like the guy Jordan.
Right.
Jordan passed the torch to Kobe. Kobe passed it to King James, and here we are. I think the NBA clearly wants the Lakers to win.
Yeah.
It's also just weird to see this. It's just weird to see this shit in a bubble. It's just weird that this is like. It's weird that. I mean, hopefully the next year's finals aren't in a bubble too. This could be a 2-year thing.
I mean, we're seeing different sports trying like socially distant stuff and much.
And Cam Newton has COVID.
Yeah.
So there you go. They're trying different things. Oh, the star quarterback for the fucking Patriots. And every Republican who's ever lived this week. That's who went down. Shockingly, Robert Kraft. He's the only safe.
Yeah, Robert Kraft. He beat it.
He's the middleman.
I guess they don't have it at jack parlors at jerk shacks. He's masked up getting jacked off by a sex slave somewhere.
And then he went back 12 hours later. Did you know
God,
that?
what a piece of shit.
He's a higher sex drive than we do stuff.
Yeah, well, dude, that guy is getting dick pills like the kind of futuristic dick pills we don't even know about yet. Robert Kraft probably has like a fucking robotic penis implant.
He also dresses like a rich 80s character. He doesn't even he rocks like the Michael Douglas Wall Street type, like
Totally.
white collar blue shirt, where I'm like, dude, rich people don't even dress like that anymore. You've been rich for so long that you were staying in a different decade.
Totally, dude. And listen, I don't care how many times that motherfucker poses with Meek Mill. Like, we learned everything we need to learn about him when it's like he goes to he has all the money in the world. He could have hired a super high-end like sex worker and paid her, thousands of dollars. It wouldn't make a difference to him. This man goes where you pay women, where women are being exploited. That has to be part of the reason that makes him come. He's a piece of shit.
No, hold on, stop. I'm going to defend the guy for a second. He's used to finding gold in unorthodox places. Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick, okay? I got to defend the guy here.
He's looking for a diamond in the rough. He's looking for a prostitute diamond in the rough. So you're saying he was scouting for his harem. He's like, let's go see what they have at this. You never know.
That's my takeaway of the situation.
It's like how the Steelers like drafted Lynn Swann because no one else had his tape in the 60s. It's like nobody else gets jacked off here. Nobody else takes the private jet to Florida.
Lynn Swann, dude.
Anyway, fuck Robert Kraft, fuck the Patriots, fuck all of Boston and New England.
Although
I will be at the Woo Ha Ha in Worcester, Mass this Saturday.
Great.
Was it great? You just went?
I did 3 shows there last night. It was a lot of fun.
How was it? I'm there Saturday.
It's cold.
Setup's nice.
It's great. Tense.
Okay.
It's great crowds. All 3 were great, and
awesome.
Got some good German pub food. Had some kielbasa, some pierogies. Drank some kombucha beers that were fucking
okay.
interesting.
I might get that.
Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't too shabby. And then did Fairfield tonight, and it was good shit, man.
Yeah, go buy your tickets to the Woo Ha Ha. They're almost sold out. I only have the 5:00 Saturday show left, so
yeah, dude,
come see me there. And then I'll be at Royersford, PA.
Great gig.
When are you there? Next Friday. Or the Friday after. Hold on.
I'm there. I'm in this Friday. I'm in Millersville, Pennsylvania, and then I'm at Magooby's in Baltimore the next weekend, 16th, 17th. So good on that shit.
Oh, I'm on the 16th. I'm at Royersford, and I'm actually at Magooby's on the 30th and the 31st, Halloween weekend.
Maryland, baby. That's my first indoor gig. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too. But it's so big. Magooby's is so giant, and they're doing
Uncle Rob, my beloved Uncle Rob, who you know.
I love Uncle Rob. Come on, we've gotten fucked up with Uncle Rob a couple times.
Yeah, he's been there, and he says that Magooby's he thinks is very low risk. And
yeah, I mean, dude, he's a medical professional. You're hearing it from the horse's mouth. And also, it's a 350 seater, and they're only allowing 100 people max in.
Oh, so, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's what my deal said anyway.
Great. Okay.
So maybe for you, they're packing them in like sardines. I don't fucking know, but
I got off the phone with Tim Dillon, and he was in last night, and he said he was in Texas. I said, how was he? He goes, not safe.
I was gonna call him because I've seen him all over the place, and I'm thinking like, how's it looking?
I think it's like he said the people don't really distance. Like they're in there, they're not wearing. Like my thing was, I was like, can they just wear their masks and do it and like take it off for your sip and then put it back on?
Oh, no chance.
I know, but I'm like, that's I think a reasonable request.
Reasonable for sure.
I put in my Instagram stories. Over 80% of people said they were totally fine with that.
Of course.
And there's like the other 14% who are just like, fuck you.
Fuck you, bitch. bitch.
This is bullshit. No.
Damn, it's not. I mean, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. That's probably what I should have expected. It's not going to be safe. But I also want to say thank you, since we're taking a little break from the basketball talk to just talk comedy, to everyone who came out to see me in Pennsylvania, in Philly, the Punchline.
Yes.
Great weekend this weekend. Had a blast.
How was the dirt bike situation?
Couple dirt bikes, couple fucking dirt bikes here and there. They love them.
Everyone in Philly's on a dirt bike.
They love dirt bikes over there. I will say the best thing that's ever happened to me in my career happened where I was doing some crowd work. I asked the crowd if anybody had a threesome, and then 3 guys raised their hands, and then I was like, "Oh, cool. Who'd you have sex with?" And then they all just pointed to each other, and I was like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, dude, we just fucked before the show." And I was like, "Shut up, you got." I thought it was like some frat boys being homophobic, and then they're like, "Nah, check it out." And they started kissing in the middle of the show. It was the fucking best moment of my fucking career,
dude.
Shouts out to those guys.
Your demo is growing, and I'm like, hell yes.
Shouts out to those guys just sucking each other off, and just playing. They figured it out, man. I said at the show, it's like they broke out of the matrix of heterosexuality, and monogamy. Those guys are really living. It's not like a gay couple. These guys, just the boys. It's the fellas, and they happen to fuck each other also.
That's a 3-way with 3 guys is weird, because when you're the first one to come, you just kind of sit there, right? You're just like, I guess I'm out.
I guess I'm out. Yeah. Or maybe you get back. Maybe you're a team player, You start sucking somebody off, licking some balls, doing the hustle plays. Once you bust, you become Alex Caruso in a gay threesome. You just fucking clear out the set picks for other people to come. It's not about you scoring anymore.
You went from Jason Tatum to Mark Smart.
Marcus Smart. Yeah, Marcus Smart. You're making
that's a great story, dude.
Those guys were awesome. Yeah,
I've been doing roofs like every night, and I've been bringing a camera crew because I'm getting amazing footage. So I'm just doing different people through Instagram. I'm doing their roofs every night. So I did this girl's birthday party the other night.
Oh, fuck, a birthday party.
I'm getting so many messages about roofs that I'm have to like just kind of skim some. And she wrote roof, and I was like, all right. And I guess I didn't read the next part where she wrote we had to move it to like a courtyard, and I have a crew coming. I'm like, the theme is roofs. I need roofs, and I see it like an hour before, and she's like so mad at me. She's like a 24-year-old, angry, and I'm like, oh.
Why, did you cancel it, or what?
No,
was
I
she
said I'll
mad
still
about?
do it, but can we just get a roof? Like, can we just find a roof? I'm paying a film crew to come, paying a lot of money.
Yeah.
And she was like so mad at me, and I was like, how about this? I find a roof near your neighborhood. I'll find it through social media. And I got like 4 quick options. I was like, I got the South Street Seaport, I got Hell's Kitchen, I got the East Village, I got Tribeca, and her friends were like, no.
Damn.
We have a dinner reservation here. And I said, well, if the dinner's more important, then forget the show. It's not a big deal. We'll just cancel, and I'll get dinner with these guys. And I'm with Ian Finance, who's doing a warm up, and they hate me so much that they hate him by by knowing me. So he's freaking out, and I feel bad because he's supposed to warm him up. And they finally she was like, okay, fine, we can go to my boyfriend's. And I was like, yeah, why didn't you say that?
Yeah, the whole time.
She goes a block away. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So we go.
What an asshole.
We do the show. Ian does. They're piss drunk, the girls. Ian does very well.
Yeah.
And I go on. It goes well. It's them heckling me the whole fucking time. But
of course,
footage because I'm getting some riffs and shit. I got the material like taped ready for the most part. And then the next day they say, for the trouble, you should lower what we paid you.
What? After the fact?
And I just admit I took so little money to do this in the first place, just 'cause I'm kind of dying to get footage and do this shit. But I was like, oh, I just said, hey, I feel like it was already very low what I did, and I omit the part where I'm like, you guys were drunken assholes the entire show.
Yeah.
And heckled me the entire show, and I was a pretty good sport about that. I know that it was annoying that we had to that you were 30 minutes late to your dinner reservation, and then I went out with Ian, Matt Syracuse, and Dom, who were filming me, and we just got fucking bombed. And
that's so funny.
I was like, we got to cleanse ourselves.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's such entitled asshole behavior. Like, hey, we enjoyed it. You agreed, and you agreed to do something. And now after a day of thinking about it, We paid too much.
I
So.
know. Like what the Yankees did to Joe Torre. We know we had a deal.
Yeah.
We're going to pay you less for the next year. And I also said when it was there, she was being really like, she was very angry with me. And I just said, look, I'm not going to do the show if you're talking to me like this. I don't need to do the show.
Right.
I'd like to do it, but like you got to be nice to me. I'm not.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know.
not some fucking asshole. This must have been some rich girl, right? It's like
Yeah,
some
absolutely,
rich
of course. Yeah. This is not.
Some person that's used to like every person that she pays money, she sees as a fucking slave. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like has had a cleaning lady since she was 4 years old.
Well, dude, she was like, I am stressed. I'm like, yeah, I just got like a 6-hour writing call for the show I'm working on.
Yeah.
And I came straight here to be yelled at. And I'm kind of like, yeah, you're not. I wanted to like just show her like offers I get for like corporate gigs and be like, this is what I normally get.
Right.
And
right.
and this is what I'm doing for footage because I have a mental illness where I need to do comedy every night.
And also it's still a cool thing. Like they're gonna be in a special. It's a part. It's like
they didn't care. I texted and I was like 30 minutes before one of them drunkenly climbs into our DMs and he goes, yeah, I guarantee I got 2 of them immediately. And I was like, and one of them, they do this thing where one of them comes up to me and was like, we actually think you're funny. And I was like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Actually, you fucking idiots.
It's so funny. People actually, you were. I know.
Yeah, you paid money to see me. I understand that.
Unbelievable how people do not look at us as humans in these.
No.
Where we're just like, no, I know. I was
the distancing though. That's. I mean, you're on a roof with them. The distancing has been nice for me because it's like, oh, sorry, I can't get trapped in a conversation with you because I don't want to have corona. So, see ya. No, you cannot buy me a drink. I gotta.
The main girl was. We got past it. I feel like her friends were the ones who were like needling.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Yeah.
One of them came up to me like, you seem intimidated by me. And I was like, I feel like you don't know the word annoyed. I think you're mistaken intimidated.
Yeah, everyone
I really shut down around 24-year-olds who are pissed drunk on White Claw. That's really, I get scared.
My fight or flight kicks in when a social media manager for a fake company is a bitch to me. God damn, dude, that's so fucking funny.
A silly career, and it's like the problem is I really have a need to do this every night right now, and I'm just like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I feel you, dude. It's been really nice to get back out there. So hopefully
we have another month of outdoor shows. So why the hell am I?
Hopefully,
lucky,
hopefully it keeps going. But we have another month of outdoor shows, and we have another at least 3 games of basketball minimum. At least, or no,
Man.
2. What is it? At least 2. At least 2.
Be rough. This could be bad, dude.
Dude, I was thinking about that. It's like if the finals end and stand-up ends at the same. I mean, if basketball and stand-up ends at the same time, I'm going to kill myself. I'll have nothing left to live for.
Are we just gonna like talk? Is this gonna turn into like a movie podcast or like?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Are we just gonna like talk about our day?
Sam and Stav love movies. Suck our dicks, Doug Benston. We're coming for your shtick, bitch.
20 movies with Matt Damon now. Go. And you can't. You can't. Born only counts for 1.
For 1. Yeah, dude. But at least we have basketball for another at least 2 games, maybe more.
WNBA. I caught the end of the finals. I was in the hotel at the venue, so I got to see the Storm versus the Aces. Man, Sue Bird just went off. It was pretty damn fun.
Yeah. Well, that's what sucks too. Is like I would watch some WNBA in the off season, but it's like they're playing concurrently now, so it's like
I know
you don't even get to scratch that itch with basketball. Which I would watch. I would watch that. I would watch some foreign league stuff. Like I would watch.
Seattle Storm are fucking fun to watch. They're the most fun women's team, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Brianna Stewart. She's unbelievable.
She's like the coolest player.
But yeah. So now looking forward to going forward to this series, they are playing. They're playing again on Tuesday. So they, but then. After Tuesday, I think they get an extra day off so that if by some miracle, let's say Miami can get it to 2-2 and that means Bam and whoever get until I think it would be Thursday or Friday, I think. Hold on, let me check this. I think it goes Tuesday, then Friday. Then then we got something, dude. If Bam can come back on Friday, and he's even 80%, let's see. The next game is Tuesday.
Assume he's less than 80% if he's sitting out. I think
The next game's Tuesday, and then Game 5 is Friday. So, all right.
But winning one without Bam, getting him to rest, I mean, that's.
They could at least, even if it goes 3-1, which is not good, obviously, they could probably make it a 6-game, potentially make it a 6-game if everybody comes back on that Friday and they're kind of rested. At least Bam comes back.
The Clippers gave up a 3-1. I don't know if the Lakers give up a 3-1.
I know. I don't see LeBron doing it. But again,
who's going to get that Clippers job? I got a name I didn't bring up last time who I think would be interesting.
Who do you got?
Nate McMillan.
No,
Why
no
not?
chance. He's not a defense. He's just, his offense is just not good enough. Let's be honest. He's a really solid choice. He's a really solid coach. He deserves a job in the league. Don't get me wrong.
Always
they overperform expectations, but they don't. That's not what you need. You don't need that's a floor raiser, not
so who do you want?
A ceiling raiser. I think it's Ty Lue. I think Ty Lue is the choice.
Over D'Antoni?
I think so. I don't know. I just see. I mean, do you think D'Antoni, Kawhi seems like such a weird guy? Don't you think Ty Lue has had more of Ty Lue has gotten weird personalities to work together? At least, I mean, Kyrie and LeBron, and he was in a tough. I mean, he comes in after they have David, after they weirdly fired David Blatt mid-season. Him getting his ring did not come in under easy circumstances. It's kind of reminiscent of what you would have to do with the Clippers. And I mean, Kawhi seemed to like a Popovich, but if Popovich can't really get him, I don't know. Do you think Kawhi wants to play fucking run and gun basketball, or does he want to play I don't think so either, I don't think,
I think he likes muscling dudes and getting to a spot.
Yeah, I think he likes methodical, whatever. And you know what? Ty Lue was his adjustments are good. I mean, he's a good coach.
I just don't think
it's hard for me and everyone my age. I think you're the same way. It's hard not to just think of him getting stepped over by Iverson. That's the enduring image. The man won a final. He was the coach of that 3-1 team. That came back. That's a real accomplishment. Still, I can't get it out of my head. The
accomplishment was getting Draymond suspended.
Yeah, absolutely. That was huge. But fucking Draymond's dumbass had the amount of technicals that it was even a fucking possibility,
I hate that
You
shit.
Can't put yourself in that position. You can't.
I always hated that.
The technical rule?
It's just stupid. Don't punish people in the postseason for a regular season thing. It's so fucking stupid.
I agree. Wait, no, doesn't it restart in the postseason?
No, I think it was because I think Sheed got that too. I'm fairly sure it's no
I thought it's every. Oh, really? Maybe
I'm positive. I don't know if it's.
You're probably right.
I remember that being a rule. Yeah.
I thought Draymond did it in the postseason. He got a lot of texts in the postseason, but I might be wrong.
Well, here's the thing: you should be allowed to get technicals in the postseason. It's the fucking playoffs. You should be emotional, especially guys like Draymond. But no,
well, you have to put a cap on. I mean, you can. I think it does. It doesn't. I don't know. I think.
I don't like.
Because a technical isn't a flagrant. You know what I mean?
Well, flagrants, I think, are worse.
Yeah, I think you get a suspension after what?
But I also, when you're trying to injure
ones?
people, that's a different thing. But I think getting pissed at a ref, who gives a shit? It's the fucking playoffs. You're supposed to be emotional.
Yeah, you're right.
And I
if you get one for kicking some guy in the nuts, that's different.
No, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
But I also think no, you're right. Draymond did kick in the nuts, right?
Yeah.
That was his thing.
He did it a bunch of times maybe he did it a bunch of times that year. He kicked Steven Adams in the nuts. He
was gold dust for that playoff run, dude. He was awesome. I'm a fucking Draymond fan, dude.
Whatever. I think he's very interesting, and I think he's a really. It's just hard for me to root for that team after KD. But like I said, they're poised to be weirdly lovable comeback kids.
Oh, they already are. I mean, they're going to be good. I want to know what move they make. Are they going to keep the draft pick? Are they going to draft James Wiseman? So their starting 5 is Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, and Wiseman. Interesting.
You think that team starts a rookie? I don't see that happening. I just don't see it.
Wiseman looks like a stud, dude.
Dude, what you said this before. What is your proof? How many times have you seen James
What's
Wiseman
my
play
proof?
basketball?
Playoff Rondo and Doc Rivers getting fired. That's my proof.
Oh, so you're hot. You're riding the hot streak right now.
Nostradamus.
Nostradamus. Word
Dude.
on the street, James Wiseman is going to be the best player in this draft. This is
I
a
didn't
good
say
one,
that.
Sam.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
But I think he's going to be. I think for a big man, he's mobile and has a jump shot. I think he could be.
I see. This is the thing. I don't think you have done nearly any research on
I've
this.
done the minimum amount, but I have, dude. This is like when you hit 2
I think
threes,
you've watched exactly.
And
You're
you pull
pulling
up-
up from the logo right now for no reason.
and I'm not Dame. I'm fucking. It's me pulling up from the logo.
I love this. This is a good one. This is a long-term pod, don't lie. Something to keep our eye on, folks, the listeners at home. As James Wiseman's career goes, so goes Sam's fucking prediction abilities.
Well, dude, I've got some street cred right now from my.
You're right. You're on a hot streak. I'm giving it to you. Listen, I can admit when I'm wrong. You've been beating me left and right on predictions here.
Playoff Rondo, baby.
Playoff Rondo is so annoying that he's still, dude. Before this game, I don't know what he shot this game. He was shooting 45% from three in the first 2 games of the finals.
He developed a shot, man. That's going to keep him in the league.
I don't think he developed a shot. I think he shot 0 for 3 this game, by the way. I don't think he developed a shot. I think he's fucking streaky shooting.
Assists tonight. I mean, he's still making plays.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was
8
better
boards.
than. He was +6. I'll give him that, I guess.
Playoff Rondo's impact, baby.
He had that weird. You didn't see it, but he hit a shot that was. I mean, you know what? Fuck that. I'm taking this game. He sucked this game. He had a weird. He had 4 points, and one of the shots he fucking threw a layup up, and it went in off the top of the backboard.
I love
You
it.
can't tell me he meant to do that.
No, dude, that's some angels in the outfield shit. That was.
That was you. You astral projected to tap it down into the fucking. You're like, I have to keep the playoff Rondo. You just bombed for a couple minutes, and they're like, why is he? He's just stopped paying. He stopped talking. He was just like, his eyes got really big, and he just didn't seem like he was present here in Fairfield, Connecticut. And then you just tap Rondo's fucking shot in, and then you go right back to your bit. Anyway.
Oh my god, he has been so good, man.
I know it's annoying. It's fucking annoying how good he
How
has been.
about yeah? I mean, dude, I'm annoyed that the Lakers. I still think are gonna. I would love if the Heat won game.
And you know what? Let's actually suck. Kuzma deserves a little suckle. He had a good game. I mean, he had 19 on good shooting,
why he
6
had
for
a good
13,
game?
4 for 8.
You know
Why?
He had a good game because his ex-girlfriend.
His ex was
watched.
there. Well,
You always
and he
play
played.
well in front of an ex.
He played at spots, good defense. Jimmy, in the first half, he was hunting that mismatch. He wanted to get KCP or even Kuzma, and he just took him to the fucking rack. In the second half, when he got switched on to Kuzma, he didn't really fucking take him that much. Kuzma was playing pretty good defense.
Not a
But
defensive player.
But having said that, I think ultimately it was Hiro that win. Even though Hiro shot worse and had 2 points less than Kuzma, he wins the battle tonight because he just was more clutch when it mattered. Hiro he
Hero's
shows up
going to
big.
he's going to be, arguably on the same level as RJ Barrett if he keeps it up. So, I think Hero's going to be a star. He's going to be really good.
Oh yeah, and as an offensive player, like the fact that he was shooting like shit and then still had the fucking nuts to he was shooting like 20% when the fourth quarter started, and he still took those big shots and he didn't give a fuck.
He's confident. He's a shooter. I mean,
he's got
it. He's going to keep doing. I mean, he's going to keep shooting. And for a rookie to be doing this shit is insane. So
yeah,
props. And
Duncan Robinson had a pretty good game. I mean, just like it's a good. Everything went the way you wanted it to go. If you're the Heat, I mean, their bench got their ass cheeks blown out, but that was just because
But you're asking a lot out of some of these guys. Yeah, but a lot of these guys are starting who wouldn't be started. A lot like as you said, Olenek. But then you're asking a lot of those guys. Like Jimmy played out of his mind. That's a lot to ask out of role players.
Yeah, I mean, Duncan Robinson played 39 minutes. That's crazy.
Crazy.
Although LeBron played 39 too. That's wild. It feels like he played less. Yeah, I mean, but again, we've seen LeBron be a little I mean, it feels weird to say this, but it happened in the Nuggets series when AD won. We know when AD shot that jumper, and it happened when they lost the game. I mean, obviously it didn't happen in the closeout game. That was LeBron being LeBron. But really, the closeout game, you haven't seen him. I mean, he's been great. Like these are all caveats because LeBron, sometimes he just plays out of his
off. Yeah.
And he plays really well in the first half, and like he's the reason his team is even within striking position. But still, this game was not out of reach. It was 5. They had the lead. They had the lead in the fourth quarter.
I'm so glad they lost.
I'm glad too. But you just assume,
games, man.
You just think LeBron isn't going to let that happen. But like we also said, the Lakers have done this before, where they've dropped a game every. Not only have they dropped a game every series, but they have had one game where they look like shit. The Nuggets, you could argue they should have lost 2 games, but that AD buzzer beater stopped it. But they definitely deserve to win that, whatever game it was. I forget which number game it was, but
no, they lost. They're losers, though, man. They're the only bigger losers are the media who don't get to go to Miami or LA for this shit.
I know.
How much does that suck? You would have just gotten like all expense paid trips to Miami.
Oh my God, it would have been awesome, dude. Miami and LA back and forth.
Back when people used to go to places and shit. Remember that? That was crazy.
I remember it, dude. It was weird. It honestly was weird being out there this weekend. It felt great, but it was a little weird.
Being in a hotel, man. I hadn't been in a hotel in a while.
I was in the Airbnb, dude. I was in a Sonder. I don't know if you know about those. They're pretty nice. But yeah, it's basically a hotel with a kitchen in it. And, I like to cook when in the weekends.
What are you cooking, man? You being healthy or no?
I was healthy, dude. I was having salads and shit. I hit a little workout. I made eggs every morning.
I got to get back into shape, dude. I had a fucking personal Pepe's pie on the way home. We ate like shit we stopped for lunch. We got like a big thing of chicken. We got a fucking multiple orders of buffalo cauliflower. Fucking unbelievable.
I love it. Who were you with?
I was with Dina.
Nice.
We were hitting all the spots on the road.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Dina Hashem.
Yeah, very funny. Shouts out to Dina. Anyway, so the series has some life again, guys. I don't know. I expect the Lakers to win the next one, but it's hard to pick against the Heat right now.
I think the Lakers are going to win, but I'm with you.
I think the Lakers. It's like this was a pride win for the Heat. The Lakers have to show some pride. It would be fucking embarrassing to go down. And this is a big gut check for AD. Bam, what happened? Bam looked like shit in game. What was it? 5? Was the Celtics? It was a 6-game series, right?
Yeah.
The Celtics Heat. He looked like shit in game 5. He comes back, plays the game of his life, game 6. Is AD gonna do something like that? Because he looked like shit.
I'm really mad that we're missing out on a Bam AD finals.
Right, a battle the whole time.
It would have been great. And dude, Dragic versus Rondo would have been fucking awesome, dude. It really would have. Rondo's playing great. I know you're laughing at me, but he's playing great ball. And Dragic is a fucking killer.
It would have been. I do have to give you that. I have to give you that.
This would have been such an epic. This would have been at least like a gritty 6-game.
Well, you know what? It still might be, man. This is going to go down as a fucking legendary performance for the Heat. Less so if they get swept or gentleman's sweep, but if they get in 6.
If you're Pat Riley and you're like, look, they injured your boy Dragic, Olynyk. Go rip out AD's fucking arm. Rip it out of the socket like you did to Kevin Love.
Absolutely.
Do it. You think Olynyk will fucking take one for the team?
Yeah. He's like,
would he do it?
He's like, oh, Mr. Riley, I didn't mean to do that to Kevin. I'm a Quaker. I don't inflict violence on others. And Pat Riley just fucking pistol whips him, and he's like, what was that? I didn't hear you.
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm sorry. I'll do it, sir. Whatever you want. He just has a gun up to like a fucking. He's got a gun pointed at an ant, and he's like, "I'll kill this. This life will be extinguished because of your actions, Kelly." Olynyk's crying. He's like, "Fine, I'll injure another human to spare the life of an insect." Anyway,
fucking AD. I think he's gonna have a big game.
Yeah. So
he's too good to have 2 bad games in a row, especially against I know they're a good defense, but who are they going to throw on him, man? You just don't have anyone to throw on him.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine how without foul trouble, you stop AD if you're the Heat. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's hard. But, you know, maybe they get it. I mean, one of them was like they drew a charge. Like they're doing I mean, he did do stupid fouls, don't get me wrong. But
I want to see Jimmy.
the
just
point
keep
is
going off. What if Jimmy just keeps going off?
exactly. The point is this is now it's like if the Lakers win this one, it's over. There's nothing really to watch for. It's all a fucking whatever. This we get to watch game 4 and we're like, what is going to happen? We really don't know. This is not a foregone conclusion. So I'm very thank you to the Heat for giving us more basketball. Jimmy Butler, obviously the guy who fucks of today. We can't go by the week.
Question. Who's a little dick motherfucker of the week? We haven't done that in a while.
Little dick. I mean, it's Anthony Davis, dude. Come on.
Of the day. You can't give him the whole week.
Not the week, of the day.
Of the
This is a
day.
day. This is a recap podcast. This is a game by game podcast.
Fair,
You
fair
can't.
enough.
I mean, Anthony Davis was negative 26.
Damn, that's horrible.
It's horrible. There was no one worse. There was no one worse in the entire game except KCP, who was also negative 26.
The Clutch Sports negative 26 combo, man.
Yeah, dude. Brutal stuff.
Damn. Well, yeah, big dick motherfucker. Shouts out to Jimmy.
I mean, Jimmy with one of the greatest finals performances ever, truly.
I'm sad I missed it live. I'll have to catch the repeat later.
You got it. You honestly, it's a replay. You should watch the whole fucking game up. It's not even. There's nothing you even want to fucking zoom past. I might watch it again myself just for fucking fun. So anyway, folks, we will be back. I guess Friday, right before. There's
See when this ends.
Yeah, we'll be back Friday morning. I guess previewing Game 5 on the Patreon, and maybe there'll be and recapping Game 4 from Tuesday, and any other news that has broken since then. We'll be here covering all that shit, but let's keep savoring these fucking finals. And thank you for listening. Subscribe, check out the Patreon if you haven't, and follow us and come see us live.
Come see us live. We're out there, Stavi and Worcester and
Yep.
Millersville, and we're both in Magoobies and Timonium coming.
That's right. The Pod Don't Lie
Leave us a
fans.
review, man. Oh, dude, there were some Pod Don't Lie fans in Fairfield tonight.
Hell yeah.
Whenever someone was rocking, there was someone rocking a Moutier Nuggets jersey. I love it.
That's
He
great.
messaged me before. It was great. And then we got another a guy came up to me in a Rockets hoodie. Anytime they're rocking NBA gear, I'm like,
Yeah.
this Pod Don't Lie.
Respect,
I love it.
PDL, the PDL Warriors. So thank you guys, and we will talk to you on the Patreon on Friday. See ya.
Love it.